All right, here goes the intro. We'll take it from the top.
Hold on, wait, hold on. All right,
Give me a countdown. Let me know when you're done, Alex.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, this is Darthbautista, joined with AG Status.
Your boy.
And the lovely Billin.
What's up?
We're here at the Nexus with good vibes, sponsored by Dark Tower Recording Studios and Gulf Coast Gaming.
This is a place where... Take 2. Start that from the top. It's already recorded. It's just my line is just so fucking stupid.
It's simple, stupid, but it works, dude. It works.
This is a place where friends come together to bitch about video games.
Dude, that is so good. I'm sorry, it's so good. You know how you know it's good? You know how you know it's good?
How?
You couldn't even say it with a straight face. That's how you know it's good.
So what's the topic today? What's our topic today?
Give me a second. Let me stop laughing. You have to give it a minute. Okay, the topic is why you think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is better than 3.
Unscripted? That's a good one.
Yeah, this is totally unscripted.
That's a good one.
Otherwise, we would have had an intro that made sense at first.
Well, luckily, we have Belen here to help us out with the facts.
Belen is the voice of God today.
Yeah, man, I got you.
She's got it set up. So, we're going to look the facts up. Go on ahead and do your thing.
Can you please explain to me why this fool thinks 2 is better than 3?
Well, actually, there's a lot of people that think that 2 is better than 3.
Well, they're all wrong.
Alright, so here, Reddit.com, what makes Marvel vs. Capcom 2 better than the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3? Now, this is posted by... Can you read that?
Super Saiyan Curry.
Super Saiyan Curry. What up, Super Saiyan Curry? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate your opinion, because I love Super Saiyans, you know what I'm saying? It says here, from what I understand, this is quite widely agreed on... outtakes. From what I understand, this is a quite widely agreed on opinion. Sorry. My question is why... It's alright.
Why is Alex an idiot?
This can be...
That's a good question.
This can be,
and I have a reason why. He thinks 3 is better than 2.
I think 2 is better than 3.
According to this fool,
I think
from
2
what
is
I
better than 3.
understand, this is quite weirdly... widely agreed on an opinion.
Learn how to read. Learn how to read.
My question is why? What gameplay aspects can cause people to turn away from a game that is much more graphically beautiful and cool? Let's see. Did that fool say I looking for an older game?
This guy sucks.
Dude, he really... I don't know who wrote this, but this dude's a fucking idiot.
Alright, let's scroll down and on to another.
Learn how to spell before you write a comment, fool.
Here we go.
I don't want to look at an Xbox controller. I'm a PlayStation. Anyway,
excuse the
screw all that.
The minor difficulties.
Screw the minor difficulty. The voice of God isn't working today. So what I need to figure out is why do you think 2 is better than 3? Because it sold more copies? Is that what it is? I mean,
no, it's not. It's not that. I just, again, it came out around a time when I was a kid. I grew up playing the game. I like the graphics a lot because they're not all super 3D and like crazy, like all insane, like 4K. It's got the old school feel that you get when you play the arcades. You ever gone to Watcheteria and played Pac-Man? That's how I feel.
Yeah,
That's
when
how
I went to
Watcheteria,
I started at freaking Street Fighter vs. X-Men, which is where all this shit started.
was that before?
What a good one.
Was that before?
Before what?
X-Men?
Before you were born?
Yeah, well, before Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yes, that was the original. That was what started everything. Was Street Fighter vs. X-Men.
Versus X-Men.
Started a whole different train. The good thing about this is like when Marvel vs. X-Men came out, then it started Marvel vs. Capcom. Then you started looking at, it was Street Fighter vs. X-Men. That was the first one. And then it started to become mixed. And then you had Marvel vs. Capcom. Then you had 2. Then you had 3. And that abomination they called the last one.
So let's look up the order of the release, just to make sure we're feeding the proper facts. I believe
fine, I could have sworn it was Street Fighter vs. X-Men that started.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. You would know more about it.
I could be wrong. Yeah, that's because I'm old, but I forget a lot of things here and there.
You're not that old. How old are you?
I don't want to talk about that yet.
We can't.
We'll get to that eventually.
I'm only 19.
I'm
just
10.
A kid.
I'm 10. I have that Benjamin Button disease.
I'm not old enough to drink yet.
Every year I get younger.
Every year. the reverse aging syndrome.
I don't even know if that's a thing, but it is with me though.
It is. It's totally real.
It's official.
So X-Men Children
Of the Atom.
of the Atom came out as
Marvel
that was an
superhero.
arcade. Came out on Sega Saturn, PC, and PlayStation 1.
So this whole battle sequence.
It
has
was
been around
X-Men
since
versus Street
94.
Fighter. It was X-Men versus Street Fighter
95.
in 96 in Japan, and then Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter came out. That's 97, 98. It was Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is my personal favorite, New Age of Heroes. And then Mikey's are about Darth,
Darthbautista.
the Darth Bat, his favorite, Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
Best one
which
still.
was released in 2011.
Still the best one.
2 came out in 2000, man. I rep just like how I love Final Fantasy X. I love Final Fantasy X better than 7.
That
better
could
than
be
8,
a
better
whole
than all
nother
the other
tangent.
ones.
That's gonna be an argument.
I played 13. I played I've tried.
See, but you didn't play the full thing of 7, 8, or 9. 9 was 4 discs long, which is actually one of the longest games I've ever played. It took me over 120 hours, but I'm not gonna get into that. But when it comes to long ass games, if you're gonna make a long game, it's gonna have to have like a really, really, really good story.
Final Fantasy X had great music. Like, their music was the shit. All the music to me, the intro scene when Orin's walking up and it's just got that. That's the first time that the Final Fantasy that I know of. The Final Fantasy came out with like an actual heavy metal like track as like their opening scene.
Can I say this real quick?
And it's
Orin looked so dope. Every time he kept his shirt tucked in his fucking jacket, whenever it was time for war, that nigga didn't even have a jacket. That nigga looked like he was in a swimsuit.
His story is insane. We actually had another post that we did where we talked about how the hell he got to Xanark and back to Spira. I mean, think about how badass you have to be to do that. To travel, he traveled. That's some shit, dude. That's some shit.
That was 2 discs away the dude came from.
Time too.
Oh wow, damn! Now that I think about it, damn. So with that being said, how do you think 2 is better than 3? Because 3 had the biggest roster ever.
I agree with you on the
remember
roster being
seeing
better. I
Deadpool?
wish Deadpool would have been.
You
on
remember
2.
watching Deadpool doing Doryukin? That's in 3.
Yeah.
That's in 3.
Yeah.
He didn't do that in any other one. He wasn't in any other one. He was in 3.
Well, Deadpool's
so how can you
phenomenal.
put all the stuff that you remember from Marvel's Capcom 1, 2, all that got integrated in 3, and it became this big melting pot of just fucking awesome.
I'm not saying that the game isn't great. I just feel like the way the game was put together with graphics, with music, it was all just the innovation behind it at the time that it came out. For me, it just gives me that old arcade, like classic video game feel that you can't get in 2011 or 2010. It has to be something that's released back in the late 90s or early
remember,
2000s.
when Marvel's Capcom 3 came out, that was big on the arcade.
Was that on the arcade?
Yeah.
No shit.
This is where I kind of feel old in a way. I remember playing Marvel's Capcom 3 right next to Tekken.
Which I remember Tekken Tag.
Holy
shit. You remember Tekken Tag?
I don't even want to get into that.
Oh,
That's a whole
shit.
tangent for something different.
Yeah.
That Tekken is its own topic. But
Yeah.
I remember playing Marvel's Capcom 3 right next to Tekken. So every time I lose this one, I go over here.
And play the next
And
one.
then I lose that one, and I come right back over here. But in all actuality, if you really want to get technical, the reason why I consider 3 to be the biggest one, that's the one game where you can have the biggest hit count if you catch that one freaking time, where you can use all 3 of your people if you have them. Only if you have them. But anyway, picture 130 hit combo on Marvel's Capcom 3. You couldn't do that in 2 because you only had 2 people.
Yeah, but playing the game, the dynamics and like just the actual like playing the game and doing combos, it's something that you can figure it. Like you know that in all the originals, down front punch is like the whole Hadouken, you know what I'm saying, or down back kick, and
It's been like that
since the beginning of time.
First came out.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool how Marvel kind of adapted to it, though. I kind of dig that.
I just love the way the controllers are. It's a phenomenal game. But truly, the best one is Capcom vs. SNK 2. That is a fucking Badass game.
I will argue that with you to the very end.
I don't know.
For two different reasons.
I mean,
SNK, you're limited to what you can do. Yeah, it's cool to see everybody else that was in what the hell was the name of that game?
It's great that it's still alive though. You know Terry's in the new Smash Brothers as well.
Was it Final Fight or Final Fight?
Oh, you're talking about
the SNK game. It was a fighting game.
Berlin. Search.
Are you
Virtual Fighter?
Virtual Fighter was an entirely different thing.
That was
tried to match up with Tekken. Didn't work.
Yeah, that wasn't SNK.
That was an epic fail.
SNK games.
You could just say.
And there it is, Metal Slug. They came out with the King of Fighters.
That's the name of the thing I'm
Arcade
thinking about.
Classics, The Last
The
Blade.
King of Fighters. That's what they try to make a guy look like Ryu and Ken mixed together.
Yeah. Let's see.
But, well, I mean, if we're gonna do some homework and whatnot, if you really think about it, SNK versus Capcom, look at the sales on that one. Billion, can you do that for me? Did Marvel vs. Capcom
Capcom versus
sell
SNK
more
2.
than Marvel vs. SNK?
Capcom versus SNK 2.
Now you know these numbers are probably gonna be like dead wrong because this is like years later.
So this is
Wikipedia says I can't read that fast. Yeah, I can.
Type in cells on the search bar.
Either way, let me ask you this: why do you think this is better than Marvel vs. Capcom? Why?
That's
What's your opinion?
Capcom 2 cells, SALES. And there we go.
So the voice of God can't spell.
It's alright, Berlin. Berlin is a phenomenal. For those of you guys who don't know who Berlin is one of the few female gamers in the Houston area that throws down. She's beaten the Final Fantasy X twice. She's got a crazy amount of trophies on PlayStation 4. She's beaten. I mean, we can go on the list here. What games have you beaten?
Uncharted, all of them. All of the Uncharted games. I've beat pretty much all of the Tomb Raider games. I've beaten
Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X.
Twice.
And that game is so long. Like I didn't know anything about like Final Fantasy until he brought it like into my
Trust me, this is where the gaming life becomes different. I've been playing Warframe for a year and a half. I thought I was getting really, really good at it. Turns out I'm only 50% done with the game. They know how to get you.
So we're reaching the end of the first segment. We're gonna come back with a second segment.
Which is why Alex is wrong.
Yeah, boy. So you guys leave your comments. Let us know which one you think is better. Thank you guys for watching Good Vibes, sponsored by the Nexus and also sponsored by Gulf Coast Gaming and Dark Tower Recording Studios. Thank you guys so much.